Yo, what's up guys? Partywaffles here, and I'm just going to talk to you guys briefly here about the new DK PvP changes and the PvP changes overall. I'm going to give you my take and what I think, everything like that. So let's go ahead and take a look at this here, okay? So first of all, we're going to look at the armor changes. So cloth, 35% armor gain right there for clothies. Plate, negative 30% armor, okay? Both of those are in arena. So essentially cloth is going to be tankier, plate is going to be squishier. We kind of already struggled with physical damage reduction, so that's going to be a large hit to Death Knight, but it is what it is. We can just play Death Strike wall talent instead for the 20% physical damage reduction. But still, we really don't like that change, okay? So that's a nerf, unfortunately. But next we have here, the Gladiator 2-piece is going to give more stamina, the 2-piece more stamina. So it seems like they're trying to make certain classes and things more tanky, as well as reducing other things, while increasing stamina overall for everyone. But so let's take a look at Death Knight. Actually, one more important thing here, okay? Now this one right here is kind of interesting to me, okay? So all fear and root effects in PvP may now take 100% more damage before canceling in PvP combat. So a fear effect is DK's blind, right? They're on the same DR. They're both the same disorient DR, okay? So to me, the way that I'm understanding this, I'm reading it as the Death Knight blind will be able to take 100% more damage before it breaks. So this is kind of like an incognito buff for Frost DK, because think about how many times like your blinds get broken, anything like that. Even for Unholy, because now they won't break, and you blind defensively and it breaks, now it won't break. Maybe you won't die, or you blind offensively, it doesn't break, and they sit the crowd control for longer. So this could actually be kind of nice for both DK specs if it actually works like that, but I'm pretty sure it does, because if you look up DRs, Fear and Blind are in the same table as the Disorient, so we should see about that one. And then here we go for Unholy. Festering Wound damage basically nerfed 195 to 180, so that's unfortunate. Like an Apocalypse burst 4 wounds, right? So that's 4 different wounds that are nerfed in one ability. So, and then, or like a Doom Burst would burst 2 wounds, right? So all these things, multiple wounds, it's like a lot of getting damage reduction, which is unfortunate. Death Coil damage is now increased by 60% with 70%. So 10% nerf to Death Coil, which again, sucks. All right, but the biggest nerf, honestly, in my opinion, was the Necrotic Wounds, because it went from 4% healing absorption per stack to 3%. So it went from a max of 24% absorption to 18%, which honestly 6%, but still they nerfed the healing too, right? So the healing absorb and the healing you would get from it both got nerfed. So maybe there's a world where we don't always have to pick that PvP talent now, but we'll have to see. So that's basically what's going on for Death Knight, right? So all around its nerfs, of course. This right here is a potential buff to utility though, which could be interesting. But the thing about these nerfs is that there's another build, actually probably like 2 builds that I can think of, that will do the same amount of damage as these builds that got nerfed, right? The only problem is that they're losing big chunky damage. So it'll be like more rot damage, right? You won't have big hits like Doom Burst and stuff. Although you could most likely play the same build still and still do fine, but I'm sure some sort of dot build will probably come ahead now, especially since it seems like they're trying to slow the game down. But so a side note here is that the fact that our armor is reduced by 30%, okay? So that's really annoying for us, like BM Hunter or something where you can't get away from the pets. So that's going to be really rough. But again, you can play Bloodforged and just try and keep Bloodforged up with your Death Strike the entire game, because you might not be playing a build built around Death Coil, so you might not have to Death Coil as much, so you can actually spare the Death Strikes for that. But that's pretty much where we're at right now. So I just want to say Death Knight is not dead. I'm not scared at all, okay? This is fine. Death Knight was extremely strong before. Extremely, extremely, extremely strong before. So these nerfs are not going to kill it in any way, shape, or form, okay? So don't listen to all the people that are saying that it is or anything like that. I promise you it's not. I will make a new, if the build ends up changing, I will make a new video to show you guys the build and everything like that. But until then, just, yeah, I wouldn't trip about it. Sure, it sucks, it's a nerf, but like we were super strong, so we actually needed a nerf. It was warranted, right? And yeah, so anyways, there we are, guys. I will see you next time on the next video or on stream tomorrow. But you guys take care. Peace.